Hey, what's up you guys, this is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Quick Draw, we're getting all revved up when we tear it up with the Ripkas. So, back when I ran a contest for weird weapon concepts, everyone was buzzing about chainsaws. Chainsaws on guns, chainsaw swords, chainsaws on polearms, chainsaws everywhere. In addition, people have also been wanting crit-based claws to build Berserker off of, because up to this point, the only claws available to us were a bit slow and lackluster. Now, DE has given us the best of both worlds. However, they do come at a steep cost. So the question here is all the bloodshed worth all the blood, sweat, and tears? So you can pick up the Ripkas' blueprints in the market for 20,000 credits. However, just be aware that this is a compound weapon and requires a fully built set of Ankyros and dual cleavers. On top of that, you'll also need a fully built Forma and some Tellurium. Now, if that's just too much, you can always pick it up in the market pre-built along with a weapon slot and catalyst for 175 plat. Now, the Ripkas' primary damage type is slashing, with an extremely small amount of puncture and the tiniest amount of impact that it might as well be imaginary. So you've heard it said about a million times before since we've had an abundance of slashing weapons. Great against fleshy targets, bad against armor, use the appropriate elemental combos in order to deal the optimal amount of damage. So let me start off with this. The base damage on the claws are nice, but only nice. Its status chance is fine, however its attack speed is on the slow side, but that can be compensated for with the Berserker crit build. Now let's talk about crit builds real fast. Usually I like to mod for crits when a weapon has a base critical chance of 25% or more, which with the maxed out True Seal would give the weapon a 40% chance to crit. The Ripkas sit at 20% and only maxes out at 32, which is slightly subpar when compared to other crit weapons, but definitely still puts it in the usable range. Now, both of its current stances offer some pretty vicious close range melee combat, which, depending on the stance, will provide some wide arcing attacks capable of some nice cleaves, or a very quick flurry of slashes. This works perfectly with a Ripkas due to the fact that the more hits you manage to get in, the more of a chance you'll be able to trigger a Berserker proc. Now, regardless of which stance you choose, these are going to feel a bit slow at first. However, once you get started, I will admit that these do feel quite fun to play. While you don't necessarily kill everything with a single hit, it is slightly cathartic to take your time carving your enemies down like a holiday turkey. Now, speaking of holiday turkeys, can we talk? Okay, so this actually has nothing to do with turkeys whatsoever, however, it does have to do with meat. So, when I first saw that we were getting chainsaws, I was ecstatic, until I realized that they were chainsaw claws. Now, personally, I think it looks a little bit awkward, like you've got alligator hands. I mean, you could have put chainsaws on almost any other weapon. Dual daggers, scythes, hell, even chainsaw arrowheads would have been cool, but chainsaw claws? How the fuck am I supposed to scratch my face with chainsaw claws? It just doesn't quite fit. It's kind of like when someone sends you a dick pic and you're like, whoa, that is one nice dick. I could get on that dick. You get all kinds of excited. Then they send you a face pic and you're like, fuck, that's attached to you? I mean, it's a nice dick, but you could have attached that to almost anyone else and I would have been happy. But this, I'm not sure I could work with. Now, I'm sure that doesn't happen to everybody, so let's just get back to the quick draw. So all in all, I think that the Ripkas are fairly solid. While they're not the best weapon in game, they are easily the best set of claws that we've got. The crit chance is just enough to trigger Berserker, which should make its subpar attack speed bearable as long as you've got something to hit. In addition, it comes with an innate V-slot. Combined with the fully ranked stance card, it should give you enough points to get in all the mods you need. Now, I personally grab everything that I can from mastery points regardless of performance. However, for those who are a little more selective, by now you should have a fairly good idea of exactly how much you're willing to put in order to tear up that ass. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Quick Draw. Be sure to check out my stand spotlight on Malicious Raptor as well as the newest addition, 4 Riders. Now don't forget to do all the things I asked you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned for more holiday turkey here at A Gay Guy Plays. Now, as much as I love YouTube comments, sometimes it's nice to have a little private time to de-stress with the Grenier.